Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Cedi Investor. In today's episode, we have the GSE News Wrap. So, if you are new to this channel, it's an episode where I go over or I cover the most important financial news over the past week, and I'll give you my thoughts on each of them. First of all, we have news coming out from Vault Report, and they are saying that the SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission, they have exposed two, I don't know if I should call them companies, News GH and Ghana News, over unlicensed investment schemes. Now, this comes during a period where the Ghana stock market is trading at all-time highs, giving massive returns to investors. I'll give you my thoughts on that. We also have news coming from Vault News that says that Ghanaian banks have cut back bad debt to about 600 million as asset quality improves. So basically, the non-performing loans aspects of Ghanaian businesses are improving. If you want to invest into banks, one of the key areas that you would probably want to look at is how the non-performing loans are looking like. Are the banks giving out efficient loans that most likely the individuals or businesses that they are giving the loans to are going to pay back those loans, so that eventually the banks make money back, and also they grow their revenue, and in turn grow their earnings per share for us investors. Then next, we are going to look at the GRA trying to enforce the 1 Ghana Cedi energy levy from July 16th. I'll give my thoughts on that and how that is going to affect me, especially when it comes to the investment standpoint. We also have a couple of news that I'm going to give my thoughts on at the end of the video. So let's get into it. So starting off with the SEC, we have news that came saying that the SEC has sounded a strong alarm over the proliferation of fraudulent investment schemes in Ghana, naming News GH and Ghana News as two entities operating on licensed platforms designed to dupe unsuspecting investors. We have a lot of investments like the Treasury bill, which you would consider risk-free and low return, giving about 20 to 30% last year, which was very, very good for the investment community. I mean, that is unsustainable because the government couldn't have relied on paying such huge returns in a short period for a very long time, but it was because of the whole DDEP crisis, and their only source of financing was the domestic treasury bill market. So at that point in time, it did make sense. When you look at the Ghana stock market, huge returns, bullish markets, almost all the companies are increasing and increasing and increasing. I think this is very prevalent in the investment space, because there's not really a lot of structured information for especially new investors, because I do assume that no seasoned investor is going to fall for these. The new investors, especially people who have no idea about where to invest, where to put your money, are the ones that are, I'm sure, most gullible to fall for these things. That's why I always recommend anyone who is new or getting into investment to always research. Do your due diligence, which is very important, because losing your money is never easy. You should make sure you get information from right people. You should be always skeptical when it comes to information from social media, and I'm included. Make sure you are talking with the right people. You can go to your banks, your brokers. There's a lot of information on the internet which helps, but then you should always do your due diligence. Up next, we have news from Vault. The non-performing loan ratio, which measures the proportion of loans that are in default or close to being in default, has dropped to 23.6%. If banks are really able to be efficient in the types of loans they give out, it's going to help in terms of their revenue, and we as the investors are the ones going to benefit from that. Moving forward, we have news that the GRA is going to enforce the 1 Ghana Cedi energy levy effective July 16th. If you have no idea what this is about, the government approved a 1 Cedi energy levy, but because of the war in Iran and Israel, causing oil prices to rise. They paused the energy levy for some time because that was the same period where the Cedi had appreciated, so prices of transportation, fuel had come down, so they didn't want prices to go back up because of this. Now that the war has subsided a little bit, they are feeling way more confident, and they do want to bring back this 1 Ghana Cedi energy levy. And their point of view is that this is going to help solve the energy crisis in Ghana. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to affect fuel prices. I also want to know if it's going to affect prices of transportation and also of foods and services in the country. I really want to know how much of an impact this 1 Ghana Cedi levy is going to have. Now, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are about all the news I presented today. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day.